Oh,
Very good afternoon to one and all press. A very good afternoon to one and all present here. Before we start the event, here we are the few instructions to be followed. First, we would like to seek your cooperation in completing the event successfully. Kindly turn off your audio to avoid interruption. I, Rotaract immediate past president, Saman Raj, on behalf of Rotaract Club of Madras, Chenna, Patna, extends a cheerful welcome to you all, and your presence makes us very happy. I take immense pleasure in welcoming the chief guest, Adv.Abishake, founder, AILF, and our club president, Rotaractor Ajay Pradip, secretary, Rotaractor Mahita, and my fellow Rotaractors and friends. Now, I call upon our club president, Rotaractor Ajay Pradip, to deliver the overview of our project.
hi, and good afternoon all. This is Rotaract Ajay Pradeep, President for the AU. அண்ட் இது இன்னைக்கான ப்ராசஸ் என்னன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா லால நிறைய டவுட்ஸ் இருக்கும். லா எஜுகேஷன் எதுக்காக யூஸ் ஆக போகுது, லா எஜுகேஷன் பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறமா எந்த மாதிரியான ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிஸ் அவுட் சைட்ல இருக்கு அப்படின்றது தான் இன்னையோட செஷனாகவே இருக்கும். என்ன பேக்ரவுண்ட் படிச்சிருந்தா லாக்குள்ள போகலாம், அந்த மாதிரி விஷயங்களும் இருக்கு. லா எங்கெங்க நம்ம பர்டிகுலரா யூஸ் பண்ணலாம், எங்கெல்லாம் நம்மளோட லாக்கான விஷயங்கள் நம்ம பண்ண போறோம், பார்க்க போறோம்ன்றது தான் இன்னையோட செஷனா இருக்கும். அண்ட் டைம் வேஸ்ட் பண்ண வேணாம். Over to the MC. Thanks for the opportunity. All is well.
Thank you, Rotaract Ajay Pratik. Without any further delay, I welcome the today's chief guest, and we shall have the overlook of the chief guest profile. Sir is currently pursuing in LLM at SOEL, TNDALU, and he's aspiring to get his doctorate in law, PhD in future, and enrolled as an advocate at Bar Council of Tamil Nadu and Puducherry in the year of 2021. He is a certified international blockchain advisor, and Sad has also had an experience in working as anchor at the Doordarshan Public Service Broadcaster of Government of India. He has received Election Commission of India Best Speaker 2020 from Election Commission of India and from Sri Bandarilal Purohit, Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, and received Indian Best Law Student of the Year 2020, honored by the Honorable Justice Korean Joseph, former Judge of Supreme Court of India and LI Group of Foundation, Indore, Madhya Pradesh. SAR has received several awards national and international level for legal researching and academic contributions, debating, oratorical public speaking, extracurricular events, and other literary events. Done a lot of legal publications in international and national levels, and so on. Now I like to call upon our today's chief guest, Advocate Sri Abhishek, founder, AILF, to address the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much for the warm welcome and wonderful introduction. So I sincerely thank and appreciate the initiatives taken by Madras, Chenna, Patna Rotaract Club. And I thank my dear friend Jay for inviting me to this wonderful initiative program, which is giving more priority and importance to education. So in such a way, I'm very happy today to make my presence and to address on a topic given to me. So I thank everybody, the members of the Madras Chennapata Rotaract Club, for such a wonderful initiative, giving more importance to the education. So I'm so sorry due to the poor network issues in Delhi, so I'm unable to switch on my camera and I'm out here. So I'm very happy through my audio, I'll be able to inspire and share my ideas and views on the topic. So really, these kind of initiatives are highly welcome, and mainly these kind of initiatives are giving more importance to the education. In such a way, I'm very happy and proud that I am also getting a share in such a kind of a noble initiative organized by Rotaract Club of Madras Chennapat. So even though I am out of Tamil Nadu, recently I was a part of many programs in my foundation when I was in Tamil Nadu, and due to the sudden urgent works, I am right now in Delhi. And I'm very happy to be in my state, Madras, through this initiative, through this event. So the topic given to me is law as a life career. So I have seen Madras Chennapatna recently organized 2 webinars, one on the government opportunities in sports quota, and another event on the 8th installation of Rotaract Club of Madras, Chenna, Patna, Vidaigal. So I was observing all the activities of Madras, Chenna, Patna Rotaract Club. And I think this is the first webinar organized especially to a profession. So I think this is the first webinar. Am I right, Ajay?
Yeah, second one.
Yeah, no, I'm talking
Okay,
about
yeah,
profession.
yeah,
Profession.
yeah.
You organized a webinar on government opportunities in sports quota. That is a sports. It's area. But profession, when it comes to a professional course, professional area of excellence, this is the first program.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy in such a way also. You are given more importance to law and legal education. So when it comes to law as a life career, the law has a connect with the society. The law has a connect with the life of the people of India. The law has a connect with the governance. The law has a connect with the functioning of the public servants. The law has a connect with the NGO. The law has a connect with the politics. The law has a connect with international relations. The law has a connect with the border issues. The law has a connect with the nations. The law has a connect with the lower court to the International Court of Justice. So the law has a connect with the space, air, water, land, all the Panchaputas, what we used to say in Tamil, Panchaputam. So law has connected in everything. Maritime law, admiralty law, cyber law, forensics, lot of laws, even the laws of data protection, cyber security. So law has connected each and every situation, each and every routine way of our life. Even now we are talking about a lot of issues in the present scenario, what is happening in India, what is happening across the world. So every issue, whatever you take, behind that, the legal impact will be there. The law, regulations, the rules, the constitution of the nation or constitution of anything, constitution of a committee or a constitution of a board of directors in a company or constitution of your own Rotaract Club members, you will be having a rules, a regulations, a code of conduct, which is monitoring the discipline and the day-to-day functioning of the Rotaract Club. So like that, law has a connect in everything. You cannot deny anything. Even when we are organizing any program, when I request a technical team to project any video, they will say, no, I cannot project this video because there is a copyright issue. If I project this video in your YouTube channel, that will attract a copyright issue, and immediately this video will face trouble. So copyright laws there, intellectual property laws there. So in such a way, the law has a connect in everything. You cannot deny anything. When a poor person is suffering, he needs education, he needs an employment, he needs an economic freedom. So right to education is enshrined and demarcated in the Indian Constitution. When a poor person is getting education and no employment, he is unemployed, what will happen? That time, equality in opportunities will play a vital role over there. So right to education, equality in opportunities to get an employment. So this is enshrined in the Constitution of India. And even if he is not having employment, the economic freedom. So that is also enshrined in the Constitution. So in such a way, the all levels of life, from the birth to the death, we are abiding by the rules, regulations, laws, and etc. So in the death also, the death certificate, there are certain compliances have to be regulated and followed, even during the time of a human death. So there also you need to follow law. So from the birth, when you're getting a birth certificate, till the death, you're getting a death certificate. All the compliances throughout your life is followed under any law, under any rule, under any kind of a regulations. So in such a way, from the birth to death, human have to undergo lot of compliances. He has to follow the rules, he has to follow the regulations, he has to follow a discipline, he has to follow a principle. He has to follow a lot of stuff related to law. So that's the reason I'm telling. The law has its nexus and bond of connection in each and every routine and minutes of our life. So you cannot differentiate the life and law. So that's the reason I have given the topic as law as a life career, not as a career, not as a profession, not as a working zone, not as a any other topic. I did not give. I gave law as a life career. So law and life both are like what to say, husband and wife. So unless and otherwise we understood the relationship, it will land in divorce. Like that, law and life has a good connectivity. And first of all, we have to realize the law and life. What is the connect between the law and life? Then only we can succeed. Then only we can win, and we can make the life meaningful. So many law aspirants, the legal aspirants, they have a desire to become an eminent lawyer, eminent legal scholar. But for that, you have to invest a lot of hard work, lot of perseverance, consistent efforts, back-breaking walks you have to do, and you have to consistently you have to work hard without any expectations towards monetary, or without any expectation from the society. Your only duty is to serve justice, serve the clients, serve the society, serve the public. Ensure that you are a law-abiding citizen. That is very important. You are not a law-breaking citizen. So in such a way, this law profession, the legal profession, is a noble profession, and it is a pride. It is a pride. More than a noble profession, it is a pride. So how we are going to make it very meaningful? So that's the reason I told you very clear. Law and society, you cannot separate it. Law and life, you cannot separate it. So in such a way, through this profession, you can do wonders. You can do wonders. How you can do wonders? Because if you want to become a lawyer, I will tell you about the education qualification, eligibility to enter into a law course, and how you have to spend constructively over 5 years of legal education, and how you have to come out as a law graduate, and how you have to enroll as an advocate, and then what are your eligibilities, education qualifications, what are the institutions available in Tamil Nadu, and what are the institutions available across India. That and all I will be covering later. But before that, I have to brief you how this law has its impact everywhere. So a lawyer can become a politician, a lawyer can become a social activist, a lawyer can become a public servant, a lawyer can become a social worker, a lawyer can become an actor, a lawyer can become a journalist, a lawyer can become an engineer, a lawyer can become a doctor. You can say how a lawyer can become an engineer and doctor, because we have construction laws, we have real estate laws, we have a lot of laws related to buildings, and then a lot of laws related to smart cities and etc. in these days. So this law has a connect with engineering. So through that, through your research, through your widening of knowledge, you can become an engineer. So law has to connect with the doctor, the medical profession. We talk about the medical jurisprudence. We talk about quacks in the medical fraternity. So in such a way, the medical negligence, and then a lot of issues we're talking in the medical field. So through that, the lawyer, through his extensive research and through his widening of knowledge in the medical fraternity, he can become a doctor. So this legal profession, you can apply it everywhere, even for the NEET examination. In order to scrap, or in order to write the NEET examination, in order to make the NEET examination applicable to a particular state, we need lawmaking, we need a legislative work, we need a lawmaking touch, a legislative touch towards the NEET bill or etc. So in such a way, law has connected everything. You cannot deny law. You cannot deny law. So I will always say, after finishing legal education, lawyers are suffering like anything to get immediate monetary satisfaction. This is the issue many people used to say. As a lawyer, you cannot earn in the beginning. But main point to be noted: first you will not get case, first you will not get money. Then you will get case, then you will not get money. And then after that, you will be getting case, you will be money. You will be getting money. But later, you will not get case, you will be getting more money. So it's all based on the capability, the potential power, the intellectual building of yourself, and your strong determination towards the profession, hard work, perseverance, consistent efforts. These only will take you through this journey, whatever I told you now. The four segments, what I told you, right? First, you will not get case, you will not get money. Second segment, you will get case, you will not get money. Third segment, you will get money, you will get case. Fourth segment, you will not get case, you will get more money. So in such a way, These are the four segments. These are the four segments what I have observed. So when it comes to this profession, it needs a lot of kind of a dedication, commitment, hard work, sincerity, and then efforts, untiring efforts, and back-breaking hard work. Back-breaking hard work. So you have to dedicate your life. It is like a life of a saint. How a saint will lead his life. So such a kind of input, such a kind of investment you have to do in the earlier days till the last breath, because this profession has no retirement. Till you die, you can practice as a lawyer. Till you die, you can contribute to this profession. Till you die, you can contribute to the society. So this profession has no retirement. You will not retire at the age of 65. Till you die, you will contribute something to the society and something to the legal profession. So that's the reason I said this four segments. These are the four segments, because many will say, I'm not earning immediately. I'm not making money immediately. First of all, whether you are prepared to reach such level. It is very competitive. I'm telling you everything frankly. I will not hide and seek in my interaction, or I will not hide and seek anything in my discussion, or my address, or my views, or my opinion in any subject matter. It is very, very competitive. There are a lot of gains in the field, a lot of legends in the field. It is very tough to excel, but through hard work, through all the qualities and principles what I have told, if will is there, there will be a way. So this must be remembered first of all. So all the great gained leap will start from a small stepping stone. This is the quote every lawyer must first understand. All the gained leap and the great success will start from a small stepping stone. This must be remembered by everybody. So in such a way, this profession is really a blessed profession, because I told you, everywhere this profession has its root everywhere. This is a profession which is like an octopus. Octopus will be having a lot of tentacles. And octopus in the movies, in the Hollywood movies, you will be seeing, right? I will compare legal profession with octopus. Octopus will be having a lot of tentacles, and it will be rooting it everywhere during the mobilization from a place to place, in the ocean or in the sea or in the water. So like that, this profession having a lot of tentacles which can fix into anywhere. So that's the reason when engineer, when he is finishing his engineering, you know about the engineering situation. In one word, I can cite jobless graduate. The movie also has been named, right? Jobless graduate. Like that, the doctor profession. That is different challenge. That is also doctor and lawyer, or what to say? They are serving the life. Doctor is healing the disease, which is a body disease. Lawyer is healing the disease, that is a social disease. This must be remembered. So doctor is operating in a human body to cure the disease. Lawyer is operating in the society to cure the social disease. So this is what I used to quote. So doctor and lawyer should not be misinformed. They both are serving the humanity like anything. So in such a way, this profession, that's the reason I'm telling this profession as a noble profession. So this profession, if you enter into a legal profession, you're not a graduate. You are a person who is a social warrior. You're not called as a graduate. You are a social warrior. Because when you finish a legal profession, you will find a lot of avenues, lot of opportunities, and lot of platforms to excel. But whether you are aware of it only matters. Because I always observe what is happening around the society, what is happening within my environment, what is happening around the world, and what is happening everywhere. I used to observe things. So I feel that as soon as I finished law, I'm not jobless. I'm doing a lot of activities. I'm running a foundation. I'm contributing to the society. Whenever some people are approaching me to address some program, they all are connecting me not because I'm Abhishek. They're connecting me, I'm an advocate. So in such a way, this profession will bring a lot of opportunities. If you are a social activist, you will have a connect with social activists. You will think about the society. You will fight for the rights of the poor, underprivileged, weaker sections, downtrodden, oppressed, suppressed. So in such a way, you can contribute something to the society. Because always one thing you must remember, when you're born as a human being, you should not die without being useful to the society. Because what is the use? Animals also born, they will procreate, they will eat, they will recreate, and then they will they will die one day. So what's the difference between human and animal? Because we are blessed with the sixth sense. So we have to do something to the society, something, whatever the life role you are getting, you must do something to the society. You must impact on the society. You must impact on the lives of the people. So in such a way, this profession will give you a very good platform. If you want to become a corporate legal advisor, if you want to enter into a corporate sector and mint money, yes, this profession is a good platform. If you want to become a politician, if you want to become a lawmaker in the member of legislative assembly or a member of a parliament, if you want to become a prime minister, if you want to become whatever it might be, a national politician or a regional politician or a local politician or a booth worker or whatever it might be, you can do that with this platform as an advocate. If you want to become a civil servant, if you want to become a public servant or a social worker, you can use this profession as a platform. If you want to become a judge of the High Court, or if you want to become a judge of the Supreme Court, or if you want to become a Chief Justice of India, or if you want to become a President of India, if you want to become a an senior advocate or public prosecutor or a government pleader or additional government pleader or attorney general or advocate general, this profession is a platform. If you want to work for an NGO, non-government organization, this profession is a platform. If you want to become a leader anywhere, this profession is a platform. Can you get my point? If you want to become an office bearer in any political party, this profession is a platform. If you want to enter and if you want to become an entrepreneur, this profession is a platform. Anything, this profession can be used. That's the reason I'm telling, if you are an engineer, you are a graduate, you are a jobless. If you're a doctor, you are a graduate and you are working to cure the body disease. But this profession is, if you are a graduate, you are a social warrior and you are curing the social disease. Because curing the body disease, it is a personal issue. One person's human anatomy and one person's human physiology and one person's human body only is that particular doctor is going to deal with. But curing the social disease, social means society, the world, the nation. So in such a way, curing the social disease will give more welfare to the people, more welfare to the society, more welfare to the public. So that's the reason the legal profession will play a vital role in such a way. Because you can see the records. You can see the records. Jawaharlal Nehru was a lawyer. Mahatma Gandhi was a lawyer. Abraham Lincoln was a lawyer. Barack Obama was a lawyer. Hillary Clinton was a lawyer. Bill Clinton was a lawyer. The President of India, Ramnath Kovind, was a lawyer. You can see a lot of these kind of examples. Many great scholars and many great achievers and great leaders of the nation, India, the great leaders of India, the great leaders across the world, they all are lawyers. So that's the reason even Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, main iconic personality, have to be quoted here. Because Dr. B.R. Ambedkar got the legal education, but he did not utilize the legal education for his self-advancement. He has utilized the legal education to fight for the rights of the untouchables, poor, weaker sections, oppressed, Dalits, and every a backward communities and etc. So in such a way, he has become a law minister of India, independent India, and he was the father of the Indian Constitution, and he was the architect of the Indian Constitution. So in such a way, what has given him that platform? The legal education has given him that platform. The law platform helped him to become a social warrior, a legal reformer, a social reformer. Because a politician being a leader is very, 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 very easy. Being a servant is very, very tough. Being a social reformer is very, very tough. So this profession, you can be a servant to the society. Through this profession, you can become a social reformer, you can become a legal reformer, you can do wonders in this society. So that's the reason I say that if you are a legal professional and if you are saying jobless, that is not jobless, you are useless. Can you get my point? If you are a legal professional, if you are a legal graduate, and if you're telling I am jobless, that is not jobless, you are useless. So lawyer cannot be jobless at all. Something he can do to the society. That's the reason I'm telling this legal profession is such a kind of a profession which will help you to excel, which will help you to bring out your inner potential which you have not realized. Because everybody have an inner potential, but this legal profession will help you to bring out that inner potential, and which will help you to do something to the society. Because society helps you to grow. You have grown. So if you're not doing something back to the society, what is the use of that? What's the use of the education? So that's the reason I'm telling this legal education will help you in many perspectives to sharp your life in a meaningful way and make your life very, 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 very successful. It all depends how we are going to utilize the legal profession. That only matters. So now I'll come to the point. The law as a life career. So that's the reason I'm telling. Career means, don't think that money making alone is a career. First of all, come out of this. Money will come, money will go. The status of rich and poor are subjected to changes. Today you may be rich, tomorrow you may become poor. Today you may be poor, tomorrow you may become rich. These are all subjected to changes. This will change from time to time, because change is the only thing which is unchangeable. You cannot, you don't underestimate anybody just like that. Today he may be down, tomorrow he may be up. Today you may be up, tomorrow you may be down. So realize this meaning of life. But beyond that, today I am speaking about great legal luminaries like Pali S. Nariman, and then I'm talking about Ramjet Malani. Today I'm talking about a lot of great legal luminaries, Soli Sorabji, and then I'm talking about Mr. Parasaran. I'm talking about various great legal scholars because they have contributed something to the society. That's the reason we are talking them today. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, a great legal jurist, Justice V.R. Krishnan Iyer, because these are all the great legal luminaries. They have contributed to the society more than their self-advancement, self-development. They thought the social development and the social advancement is more and more important than anything, because they are in the legal platform. Law has helped them to reach such a level. Because there are stages of life. First, you must remember, a human is an animal. We are a social animal. Then you must try to become a human being, first of all. After becoming a human being, you must try to become a great human being. After becoming a great human being, you must try to become a god in the human form. This is the levels we have to cross in our life. We all are a social animal. You must become a human being. Then you must become a great human being. After becoming a great human being, you must try to become a god in the human form. These are the levels a human must try and work hard to achieve in his life. How it is possible? Through education. Without education, this is not possible. It may be a self-education, it may be a legal education, or it may be a school education, or it may be a college education, or it may be a self-realization. But legal education will easily help you to go to the social platform, the place where you can serve the people. That's the reason I tell people, legal education can be applied anywhere, my dear friends. You must understand this. It can be applied in a business. It can be applied in a social entrepreneurship. It can be applied in a social service. It can be applied in a civil services. It can be applied in a Union Public Service Commission. It can be applied in a State Public Service Commission. It can be applied in a politics. It can be applied in a medicine. It can be applied in engineering. It can be applied in the social stream of studies, commerce, banking, economics, international business. It can be applied in the everything. You cannot even ignore anything in this world. Even coral reef, you know, right? Coral reefs in the sea waters. We have rules and regulations to maintain that. In Australia, we have great coral reef. So like that, this law has its connect in everything. You cannot ignore anything. Even when proceedings are going on in the parliament, we have rules and regulations. How the proceedings should take place, questioning hour, private member bill, 0 hour, intervals in the parliament, motions in the parliament, etc. stuff we have. So in such a way, everywhere the legal regulations, the rules, the compliances, the procedures are existing. So now I'll come to the legal education. What are the main essential eligibilities to pursue the legal education, and what are the duties, responsibilities, and what are the strategies you have to work out during the time of legal education, and how you must set yourself to achieve in the legal profession. So there is a quote: if you are a winner, you can be a model. If you are a loser, you can guide. So you must remember this quote in life. If you are a winner, you will be a role model. If you are a loser, you will become a guide. So like that, I don't know whether I am going to be a winner or I am going to be a loser. I will never fix the destiny. I will never fix the level what I am going to achieve in life. But I know hard work, perseverance, dedication, commitment, principles, discipline, all the etc. qualities will help me to reach the destination what I have fixed in my life. But when it comes to this winner and loser, winner also has history, loser also has history. But the person who's not doing anything has no place in the history. So that's the reason I'm telling. Legal profession, you are a winner or loser does not matter. What efforts you have taken, what contribution you have done to the society. Because everybody cannot become Kapil Sipal, everybody cannot become Soli Swarajji, everybody cannot become Parasaran, everybody cannot become the great legal luminaries like Fali S. Nariman, or everybody cannot become great eminent legal luminaries. But you can become a Supreme Court judge, you can become a High Court judge, you can become a district judge. You can ensure that you are protecting the constitutional values, you are protecting the Constitution of India. So that can be ensured. So you are also part of history when you are doing that. So you must understand that, very clear that this is the principles we must remember first of all. So legal profession, all other profession will never ever stress on the discipline, will never ever stress on the code of conduct, will never ever stress on the way of wearing the dress code, will never ever stress on the ethics, will never ever stress on the principles. But when it comes to this legal profession, dress code matters, code of conduct matters, discipline matters, ethics matters, the professional ethics matters, and everything, all the human values, moral value based education matters a lot in this profession. That's the reason I'm telling this is a noble profession. Because all the judges are the gods on earth. They all are equivalent to Dharma Devade. We used to say that the queen of Dharma. So like that, this legal profession has such a kind of a sanctity, such a kind of a nobleness, such a kind of a purity in it. We have to realize this first of all. Then only you will take it as a noble profession, a profession of pride. So now I'll move on to the after 12th, what you have to do. I will start from the scratch. In the 12th standard, you have to secure, first of all, remember the 11th and 12th standard, from 10th, 11th and 12th, it is a very crucial period in the school education. In the 10th standard, you have to get a meritorious score. I will always fix 90% above because I was a school topper in 10th standard. 11th standard, I was a school topper above 90%. 12th standard also, you must secure a very good percentage, above 90% you have to secure. You must be a topper. I was a school topper in 12th standard. Okay. So when you secure above 90%, the choice is yours. When you secure below 90%, the choice is theirs. Can you get my point? When you secure above 90%, the choice is yours. When you secure below 90%, the choice is theirs. So like that, if not you, then who? If not now, then when? So you have to work hard. Unless and otherwise you work hard, you will not be able to excel in school education. Unless and otherwise you work hard, you will not be able to excel in the legal education. So I was a school topper in 12th standard. I have taken the commerce stream because commerce has connectivity with society. I was a commerce student, art student. So I had a vision, I had a dream of becoming an advocate when I was in my 9th standard. From the childhood. And I want to serve the society. I want to contribute something to the nation. So that was my dream. That was my vision. That was my unquenchable thirst when I was in my school days. So I took my commerce stream in my 11th standard, and 11th I worked hard. I got a school topper ranking, and 12th also I worked hard. I was a Madurai district topper, and then I was a school topper when I was in 12th standard. After that, I decided I want to do my legal education in a law school, a meritorious, a prestigious law school in the state of Tamil Nadu, and I wrote CLAT examination, common law admission test, and I got my merit score, and then I got my seat in the National Law School, New Delhi. But I decided to do my legal education in the state of Tamil Nadu because I want to do my UG here, and then I want to do my PG also here. Later I have decided, but I've tried my PG abroad on all. I have tried in Howard, and then I've tried in Queen's Mary University, UK, and then, but I decided due to this COVID-19 pandemic to do my masters in India, in the state of Tamil Nadu, in my own School of Excellence in Law, Chennai. So School of Excellence in Law is one of the good institution, a good law school in the state of Tamil Nadu. It is one of the #1 law school in the state of Tamil Nadu. And the national level also, it is one of the very good institution, a government institution to do your legal education. Even in the India Today ranking, we were getting a 7th ranking in the last year. So in such a way, it is one of the good institution. And we have government law colleges in Chennai, and we have in Madurai and all the districts, the main cities, Tirunelveli, and then we have it in Salem, we have it in Viluppuram, we have it in a lot of other districts, Trichy and everywhere. So I prefer to do it in a law school, not at the government law college, because I was more concerned about the education standard and the exposure, and then the infrastructure and the environment. So I decided School of Excellence in Law, because School of Excellence in Law, SOEL, is one of the very good institution in the state of Tamil Nadu if you are planning to do your legal education. So I got my seat because I had a merit score. I had a 90%. My percentage, my cutoff was around 99.3 in the 12th standard. I was one of the topper in the rank list, and then I got my legal education 5 years. And during the college time also, I used to take part in debates, moot courts, oratorical events, competitions, writing, theoretical competitions, and then the practical competitions. And then I used to go and represent my institution in many forums, many debates, and then many oratorical events, many discussions, webinars, and then national conference, international conference in India and outside India, and everywhere I used to keep myself active. And even in the college also, I used to hold a lot of administrative positions, all the leadership positions. I used to lead my team in everything, culturals or the competitions or the law related events, and everywhere, the youth parliament, everything. I used to be a jack of all trades. And I used to get my exposure in everything. I used to have a good connect with the administration, and I used to organize many programs in the university also. So in such a way, this legal education has given me that kind of a platform, and I have got a lot of experience. And my college days is the most memorable moments in my life, because I've got a lot of opportunities actually, because everybody may not get such opportunities, but I have got a lot of opportunities, and I am very much blessed in this life to get such opportunities, because those opportunities, those platforms, those mold only has shaped me to the level what I am today. So that's the reason I'm telling. During the time of legal education also, I worked very hard. My performance was multifaceted, and I used to get my kind of recognitions, awards, honors, and then credentials, and then all kind of great kind of rewards from international and national level. So in such a way, this profession vision, and then this profession's commitment, and then the outline, what I had a better understanding on the outline of the legal profession, and in depth also I had a better understanding how this legal profession is functioning, and how this legal profession has its kind of impact towards society. I've realized when I was very young. So that has helped me to the level what I am today. So 5 years I worked very hard. I was laying down untiring efforts with the guidance of my teachers, professors, friends, and the juniors, and everybody. They used to help me, guide me, and then I used to get directions and guidance from everybody. I will not see the age, I will not see the junior, senior, or senior professor or junior professor. I will get advices, guidance from everybody. I used to interact with everyone. I will never keep myself reserved. I was an extrovert. I was a good thinker. I was a judgmental. So that has helped me to excel wherever I go in the legal profession. Even in the time of the legal education as a law student. So in such a way, this profession has given me the confidence, actually. This profession is a security to me. Wherever I go in India, I'm an advocate. That will give me a pride and that will give me a security. Many people used to say, when I have seen many people giving career guidance, many girls will come and approach for career guidance. And these advisors, these career guiders, they used to say, you are a girl, ma, you do law. That girl will ask, why should I want to do law? I can do medicine, I can do engineering. Why are you telling me to do law? So that career guider says, if you are doing law, that law will become a security to you, ma. As a girl, you will have a security. The law will give you security. So in such a way, this profession has such a kind of confidence, security to an individual. Because when you are educated, when you know about your rights, when you know about your duties, when you know about your responsibilities, you will not be a human being, you will not be a citizen, you will become a social warrior. Because whenever your right is getting violated, whenever your right is getting challenged, whenever somebody is trying to exploit you, whenever somebody is trying to pull you down, whenever somebody is trying to test your patience or test your capacity or potential or who you are, you will fight for your rights, you will fight for your justice. That's the reason I'm telling this profession is a security to the individual. This profession is a social security to the society itself. If Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was not a lawyer, how he might have fought for the rights of the poor, underprivileged, weaker sections, downtrodden, untouchables, and Dalits, because he was a lawyer. So that has given him a platform. Through that platform, he was able to fight for all the social menace and all the social diseases, and he has given the Constitution of India. So in such a way, always the lawyers must feel proud of their legal profession. Always the advocates, they have to think that we are the social doctors. So this is really a great pride. So that's the reason I'm telling the legal education still needs a lot of reformation. The legal profession also still needs a lot of reformation. But beyond that, this profession can be used in a very, in a constructive way to transform, change many lives. So now I'll tell you, I've joined the legal education, and at the end of my legal education, I was a university distinction rank holder. And during my legal education stuff, I've got lot of awards, national, international awards, lot of certificates I used to have in my residence, and lot of medals, lot of memories, and a lot of great opportunities I've got, national level, international level, and many forums. I was getting an opportunity to meet Supreme Court judges, High Court judges, Chief Justice of India. Then I used to get opportunities to meet the parliamentarians, and then I used to get the opportunity to meet many lawmakers. I used to discuss with them. I used to debate with them. I used to get my questions answered. So such a way, not only the legal education will give you that kind of output, your own dedication, your own commitment, your own love towards the profession. Because when you do not love anything, even a girl or whatever it might be, you will not land in happiness. Love only will result in happiness. So you have to love what you do. If you are in a relationship, you have to show true love. Then only that family life will be in harmony with happiness. When you are in a profession, you have to love the profession first of all. When you are a law student, you have to love the legal education. Without love, there is no survival. Without love, there is no happiness. Without love, there is no harmony. So after the 5 years legal education, I was a university distinction rank holder, and I was widely respected and loved by my teachers, professors, juniors, and my friends, and everybody. So in such a way, after graduating, and now I'll cover up this. What are the law schools? In India, we have national law schools, we have state law schools, we have government law schools, the law colleges, government law colleges. As I told you, in Chennai, we have School of Excellence of Law, which is one of the top institutions in Tamil Nadu, where I have studied my legal education. And we have government law colleges in different districts. And we have national law schools in Bangalore. We have national law schools in Delhi, which I have got seat after clearing my CLAT examination in 2015. And we have national law schools in Bhopal, Newells in Cochin. We have national law schools in Nalsar in Hyderabad. We have national law schools in New JS in Kolkata. We have national law schools in many metropolitan cities. Even Mumbai, we have a government law college, Mumbai. So I have visited all these institutions. That has given me a national exposure. I went for a lot of paper presentations, conferences, webinars, national, international events. So that has given me a platform. So the lawyer should not, first of all, confine himself to courtroom. We have to think out of box, because when I was a law student, I was a permanent ambassador for the Indian Mediation Week under the Ministry of Law and Justice, Government of India. So now the Chief Justice of India is telling mediation will be the future. We have to think out of box. We have to think out of courtroom. So I have learned that mediation when I was a law student itself. I have done a lot of mediation drive with my colleagues, and then I have done a lot of programs I have addressed for mediation, online mediation campaigns I have conducted, and then I have went to the National Mediation Week, and then I have addressed the forum with the national mediators, young mediators and experienced mediators. So arbitration is very important. So you have to think out of box. Even as a law student, you have to be out of box. Even as a lawyer, you have to be out of box. If you're not out of box, you'll be outdated. If you're not out of box, you will be jobless. If you're not out of box, you'll be useless. So you have to think, you have to think, you have to think. The imagination is the only weapon which will help you to break and go beyond all the human limitations. This was the words quoted by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. So I always trust on this word. The imagination, the powerful weapon is imagination with the education. The weapon is to change the life is education. But the powerful weapon to change the society is education with imagination. So this legal profession will give you a very good platform to do imagination, to utilize the education for the betterment of the society. So now I will cover up. As I told you, you must have more percentage. Without percentage, you will not be on stage. Can you get my point? Without percentage, you will not be on stage. With the percentage, the world is your stage. So please remember, percentage is very, very important in life. Many people will say, he is rote memory, he is memorizing and vomiting in the examination. No use. No, Indian education system is like that. What to do? So we have to focus on the percentage in the 11th and 12th. You have to get 90% above. Then only you'll be able to get a seat at the School of Excellence in Law. And reservation will play a vital role. That is different. But if you want to go to National Law School, as I wrote CLAT examination, and I got my LLM, BCom LLB honors, my UG degree at the opportunity seat I've got in National Law School, Delhi, but I decided to do it in Tamil Nadu in School of Excellence in Law. Because of my commitments and my kind of convenience, I have did it here. So National Law School, if you want to go, you have to write CLAT examination, common law admission test. Every year it is conducted. And if you can also write LSAT. And we have IELT in various institutions. Some institutions, they prefer IELT. So IELT also you can clear, and you can enter into the National Law Schools. And if you want to, based on your 12th marks, if you want to enter into a law school, you can prefer a School of Excellence in Law in Tamil Nadu, and you can study here, or government law colleges. And government law colleges all over India, anywhere you can go and study. Even in Mumbai, we have government law college. Mumbai is one of the prestigious institutions. I love the government law college Mumbai always. Such a wonderful institution. You can go to government law college Mumbai. You can go to government law colleges in the state of Kerala. Central University of Kerala we have. Central University of Tamil Nadu we have Department of Law. Many institutions are there. Madras University we have Department of Law. Many universities they have Department of Law. So you can go there. You can pursue a legal education. And after finishing your legal education, if you want to specialize, you can do your master's LLM. So that can be done in any field. You may be interested in criminal law. You may be interested in the IPR. You may be interested in the human rights. You may be interested in the constitutional law. You may be interested in the business law. You may be interested in the corporate law. You may be interested in the environmental law. You may be interested in the international law. Lot of branches we have in law. Lot of branches. Now we have maritime law. Now we have cyber law. Now we have admiralty law. Now we have law of sea, law of air, law of ocean, law of space, and a lot of laws we have now. Law of international relations, law of diplomacy, and we have law related to many species, and then law related to the borders, law related to internal security, law related to defense. Lot of things we have. Law has its connect everywhere. I told, right? It has its roots everywhere. So that's the reason I'm telling. After graduating, then you will be entered into the legal profession. Now itself I'll tell you, Law as a legal education is different from the law as a practical. So theoretical alone will not help you to excel in the legal profession. Practical also, you have to strengthen yourself. That can be done only through relentless efforts, commitment, dedication, hard work, sincerity, back-breaking efforts. I'm telling, back-breaking efforts. Lot of dedication, lot of patience, lot of discipline, lot of qualities, lot of humbleness, lot of learning is needed. So that is also very important. So when you are doing legal education, you may be excelling, you may be a university topper, I may be a distinction rank holder, I may be a university topper. But when it comes to the profession, that is not going to bear you fruits. That will not going to give you any kind of recognition or honor or etc. Whatever you may want to get it from the profession. This practical is entirely different from the theoretical. Everywhere, even in the medical profession also. If you are a muck up and vomiter, no use. You want to be practical. When you are in legal education, you may be theoretical and practical. When you are in profession, you must be practical. That's the reason I'm telling you are going to deal with the social problems. You are going to deal with the social disease which is existing in the society. So you have to fight for the rights of your client. You should not be a money sucker. You should not be a blood sucker. You should not be a money maker. You should not focus on money first of all. Focus on the service. Focus on the quality of service, what you're going to render to the client. Don't break the families. Don't break the clients. Don't exploit the clients. Don't misuse the clients. Don't take pleasure in the client's pain. Try to serve them. Render the quality service. Because in life, more than money, goodwill and reputation is very important for a human being. Goodwill, reputation, self-respect, morality, discipline, and principle is very important. With education, if you have principle, discipline, morality, values, reputation, goodwill, only is going to help you. With education, if you don't have this, no use of education. Without education, if you have this, no use of life. So I'm telling you have to balance everything. So legal profession, in the beginning itself, it will demand you. Follow the Constitution of India, follow the constitutional values, be disciplined, be principled, be noble, goodwill, reputation, all the disciplinary perspectives and everything. Beginning itself, when I am taking oath as an advocate, I'll be telling, I'll be abiding by the Constitution of India, I'll be abiding by the rule of law, I'll be respecting the courts, I'll be respecting the values of the ethos of the nation. So beginning itself, this profession is telling you, you have to follow this. So that's the reason I'm telling this profession is a noble profession. You can use this profession as a weapon to change the life. You can use this profession as a weapon to ruin the life. But what you are going to do? But we always go on the positive way. Let us change the life of many people. Let us serve the society. Let us fight for the rights of the client. Let us fight for the rights of the people. Let us not misuse the level what we are. So that's the reason I'm telling this profession can be utilized in many perspectives. So as I have covered, we have national law schools, we have law school in the state, and then we have government law colleges. It is up to you to decide where to study. But I'm telling you, even if you're studying in the government law college, if you are sharp, if you are working hard, if you are putting commitment, dedication, perseverance, you will become a Supreme Court judge, you will become a High Court judge, you can become a Chief Justice of India, or whatever level you want to achieve, you can become. You can take note. Mr. Sivan of ISRO, Mr. Mailsami Annadurai of ISRO, they all are from government schools, but they were the great scientist in India. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was from a government school. A simple school in Rameshwaram, SWAT school. But it's all their potential, the hard work, the capability, and then their dedication, commitment, the perseverance, consistent efforts. So don't think that government law colleges are not up to the standard to the law school, or even VIT we have law school. VIT we have law school. Savita we have law school. Sastra we have law school. Satyabama we have law school. But wherever you study, unless and otherwise you are perfect, no use of the education. Even you studied in the government law college, if you are a dedicated, hardworking person, if you are a principled, noble man and a disciplined man, you will be able to excel. So it's all not in the institution. It's all not in the infrastructure. It's all not in the environment. It's all within you, who you are. What is the environment within your heart? What is the nobility within your heart? What is the discipline within your heart? What are the principles within you? That's only going to decide your destiny. So these are all the outline I've given about the eligibility criteria after finishing your 12th. And in the legal education also, you have to secure 75 to 80%. That is very important. That is a distinction percentage. You have to secure such a kind of a percentage. No use of 50, no use of 45. Because if you're applying for a government job, if you want to enter into a public service, if you want to write a government examination, or if you want to become an corporate legal advisor, they'll be expecting more percentage. So take care of the percentage during the legal education also. And if you want to pursue a master's, LLM, you can do it. The same law schools, national law school, national law school also we have LLM. Government Law College we have LLM. SOIL, School of Excellence in Law, Tamil Nadu Dr. Ambedkar Law Institute also we have LLM. So that is up to you to decide whether you want to specialize in any area, any field of law. For example, criminal law, cyber law, etc., etc., etc. So you want to get your doctorate in law also, you can do. You can get your PhD and you can become a doctor in the field of law, doctorate. So in such a way, this profession is such a kind of a great opportunity to excel in many multifaceted manner. So that is what I have observed in this profession. And it's all up to the way you are seeing, because if you put a black lens, it will be dark. If you put a white lens, it will be visible, it will be clean and clear. So it's all our view and our perspective of looking into the problems and looking into the opportunities or looking into any kind of position or whatever the levels we are reaching in our life. It's all within us. Happiness is within us, not outside. So in such a way, this legal education, as I told you, the eligibility and then the inputs, what we have to give to get a good output. And then the opportunities after graduating as a lawyer. After graduating as a lawyer, you can become a legal practitioner, a litigation lawyer. You can write judicial service examination. You can become a civil judge, judicial magistrate. And you can practice as an advocate for 7 years. You can become a district judge. And you can practice for 10 years and you can become a high court judge. And after becoming a high court judge, based on your the judgment deliverance or your merits, you will become a Supreme Court judge. And after becoming a Supreme Court judge, if you have opportunity, you can become a Chief Justice of India. And after becoming a Chief Justice of India, you can, post-retirement, you can become a Rajya Sabha MP or you can become a governor of a state if there is a opportunity to you. And you can become a politician, you can become a member of parliament, you can become an MLA, and etc. etc. A lot of things you can do. You can enter into politics after becoming a graduate in law. And you can work for an NGO. And you can become a senior advocate, you can become a government leader, you can become an attorney general, advocate general, and lot of opportunities are there. You can become a legal advisor in the corporate sector, you can become a finance minister in the future for the state or the center, or you can become a secretary to the parliament, secretary to the state assembly, or anything. You can become a speaker of the state assembly, you can become a speaker of the parliament, and many opportunities are there in the legal profession. You can use this profession in any ways. So you can become a corporate legal advisor, you can enter into entrepreneurship, you can enter into a startup, you can start up a company, because in India we have startup initiative. So a lot of opportunities you have as a lawyer, because as an engineer you can't do this, as a doctor you can't do this, because they are confined into one particular zone. But lawyer is not confined into one particular zone. Our game field is wide, our war field is wide. So it's all up to the capacity and capability what you have within you to face the war field. What have within you to face the game field only matters. So whether you're going to be a social warrior in the war field, whether you're going to be a great player in the game field, it's all up to you. It's all within your hands. So right now I've covered the legal education. What are the opportunities we have in a regional level, national level, and international level? We have International Court of Justice, International Criminal Court, and then a lot of international human rights commission. We have United Nations Human Rights Commission. We have United Nations, Forum for Children's and Women's Rights, and then we have a lot of United Nations organizations, missions, lot of campaigns. You can be a part of it, and you can also contribute in the international level. Also, you can be a legal drafter for the legislations. You can be a policy maker. You can contribute for the public policy, legislations in the state assembly, legislations in the parliament. And you can also contribute to the national welfare, international welfare by joining with the UN mission, United Nations mission. And we have a lot of organizations in the United Nations wing, United Nations Security Council, United Nations, Human Rights Commission, and various areas to excel with this legal education. So in such a way, this profession has a connect from the United Nations till the lower court in a small village. So where you are going to serve the society. Even if you are a judge in the village court, that is also prestige only. The village people will respect you. The village people will respect you like anything, and they'll be expecting you to deliver a fair and then an impartial judgment. Even you are a judge of the Supreme Court, the nation will respect you. They'll be expecting a fair and impartial and unbiased judgment. So in such a way, this profession has impact everywhere. Even with this profession, you can become a Secretary General of the United Nations. Who will know? So that's the reason I'm telling. This profession is a ticket to enter into any field. So with these words, I would like to take some questions also from now. And we will have some more interactions, and we will wind up the session. Any questions?
Students, sorry, members, do you have any questions you can ask related to the law career?
Thank you, Ajay, and thank you, Mr. Abhishek. Actually, we framed few questions regarding the law, very basic questions, the secretary and myself. So I think you have covered everything. Whatever we tried to ask, we were supposed to ask the institutions in Tamil Nadu especially, and I think you covered that, and the eligibility criteria we were supposed to ask, and even that you just covered it. Just one question I just want to ask about what is the exact crisis is going on in the new framed education scheme? I think they are going to.
No, I'm unable to get you. Your voice is not clear. Can you repeat the question?
I mean, the crisis now for past 1 year, they were talking about the new education scheme, right?
New education policy.
Yeah. So what is the crisis? Is there any benefit through those policies for the kids?
No, actually, legal education, the new education policy has no impact with the legal education. As of I have researched, the new education policy has no any impact on the legal education.
Okay.
Okay. So legal education, no way it is affected by the new education policy. Even I am a person who is welcoming the new education policy based on many other perspectives. But legal education, nothing to do with the new education policy, because all the regulations and all the rules and regulations for the legal education is prepared by the Bar Council of India. So Bar Council of India has its control over the legal education. So nothing to do with the new education policy, with the legal education.
Okay.
So the Bar Council of India will be giving a notification or the rules and regulations, and then directions, orders to regulate the legal education across India. So nothing to do with the new education policy. But new education policy also can create an impact on the legal education. But I think that this new education policy did not affect the legal education or the legal profession. So what are the suggestions they have kept, and what are the opinions they have kept on the legal education? It are all fair. It are all welcome. So I don't have any kind of issues with the contradictions with the new education policy of the government of India. So it is really welcome. I welcome that. I welcome that.
Thank you.
There's any other social questions also you can ask. And another important thing, the law students, the legal education aspirants, and then the lawyers and advocates, you have more responsibility to protect the Constitution of India, the constitutional values. As we say in Constitution, we have the justice, equality, liberty, fraternity, and then the sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, which is called India. And then we have a lot of constitutional values: the right to education, the right to information, the right to privacy, the right to life, and then the fundamental rights and the fundamental duties, and then the international relations, and then all the rights enshrined in the Constitution, the duties enshrined in the Constitution, the responsibilities for the citizen enshrined in the Constitution. As a lawyer, as an advocate, as a law student, you must protect it. That is very, very, very important than anything, because India is surviving. India is marching forward by the constitutional principles laid down in the Constitution of India. Whatever is contradictory or whatever is against the Constitution of India, that must be annihilated. That must be thrown out. The lawyers, the law students, and advocates must remember this throughout their life, because the lawyers have that responsibility. I'm telling one thing, my dear friends. As a lawyer, as an advocate, you need not want to be a lawyer or advocate alone. You can become a social teacher. You can become a social activist. You can become a social reformer. You can change the society. So the change will not come anywhere out. What change you want to see in this world, that has to come within you. So that's the reason I'm telling the lawyer. Now I am a lawyer. Now I am an advocate. But see how I am coming and educating you people. So I'm creating an awareness, a legal awareness. So legal awareness, social awareness, environmental awareness, we talk about the medical awareness. So these are the areas of profession where you can create an awareness. One thing I always believe, when I went to Uttar Pradesh, or when I went to Maharashtra, when I went to the rural areas in northern India, in Bihar or in Punjab, or in the outskirts of Delhi, or other areas across India, when I visit West Bengal, or when I visit Assam, or these kind of very backward states in India, when I educate people, when I make an awareness to the people, that is itself is more than enough. Because when you educate a person, when you make an awareness to the person about his rights, remedies, and then his responsibilities, immediately he will get to know, and he will become a warrior, fighting for his rights, fighting for his remedies, fighting for his responsibilities. So that's the reason I'm telling. With this profession, I'm able to do that. When I organize many programs in my foundation, when I invite the parliamentarians, when I invite the Supreme Court judges or High Court judges or many international speakers and national speakers, I'm very happy that I'm able to create such a platform with the legal education, with the law. So in such a way, this profession will only give you such a kind of opportunities. Because when you conduct a medical awareness, okay, you will be dealing with the human body, you will be curing the disease. But when you conduct a legal awareness, you will be helping the poor people, underprivileged, weaker sections. Even we have conducted a lot of, when I was a part of National Service Commission, the National Service Scheme, and when I was a part of IMW, when I was a part of a lot of national campaigns and a lot of national missions, we used to meet the bonded laborers. We used to meet the prostitutes. I used to meet when I'm going to the jail, when I go for any campaign or any awareness programs in the prisons, I used to meet many vulnerable people in the prison, the poor people, and then the Boston school. When I meet the child offenders, the minor offenders, I used to interact with them. I used to create an awareness in his life. I used to change their life. When I went to Mumbai for a campaign, for awareness program to the prostitute area, I used to meet the prostitute women. I used to interact with them. I used to connect a friendship with them, and then I used to encourage them. I used to help them to know their rights. I used to talk the importance of education to them. I used to help them to get their education, and they will get an employment. They will get economic freedom. Then they will not go for this prostitution. So in such a way, this legal profession has given me such a kind of a platform and confidence to do that. So I was not a person who is advocate as a lawyer. I am a social reformer. I am a social activist. I am a social worker. I am a public servant. So that's the reason I'm telling how a person, how a human being can make his life meaningful. How a person can make his life meaningful. If you are earning 100 crore, no use. Your life will become happiness, and you will be in a harmony, and you will be enjoying the luxury, and then you will be facing a lot of problems also with the money. When money will become exceed, problems also will become exceed. When money, you will be able to have a good economic planning, and if you are managing the money in the right direction, with a lot of money also, I'm telling, if you have economic planning, you will be in peace, you will be in harmony, you will be in happiness. But how a person can make his life meaningful? This was the words quoted by many great legal scholars and many great social reformers and many great social workers and public servants. The person who is using his life to make the society better, his life only will become meaningful. So for that, this legal profession, this law, legal education, the law fraternity will be a very good platform. So that's the reason I'm telling, to make the life meaningful. I'm not telling you to be you renunciate the world, you renunciate the life, you renunciate the family, you renunciate the money, you renunciate the luxury. I'm not telling. You enjoy the world. You enjoy the world pleasure. You enjoy the happiness and everything. But at the same time, ensure and remember that you have a social responsibility. You have a social commitment. You have a social contract. You have something in this life you have to do to the society. Then only your life will become meaningful. So that's the reason I'm telling. For that kind of a status, if you want to reach, this legal profession, this legal education will be a very good platform. So with these words, I would like to take some more questions. I'm not happy with one question. I want many more questions. I want many more interactions. I'm ready to answer any questions. You can ask anything, even the social issues, political issues related to law, and a lot of stuffs also you can ask me. So I can answer it. I can clarify to you. Make the session more interactive.
Sir?
Yes, yes. Yes,
Sir,
Sharmendra.
as an
Yes.
Indian, what are the basic Indian penal code should has to be known well?
Okay. Now you are talking about the Indian Penal Code. Okay, I'll brief you.
Yes, yes.
So in India we have procedural law and we have substantive law. Okay, in India we have procedural law and then we have substantive law. Okay, the Indian Penal Code is actually it's a criminal law. It comes under the criminal law. So Indian Penal Code is the official criminal code of India. You must remember this. It's the official criminal code of India, and this will be covering all the substantive aspects of the law. Can you get my point? Can you get my point, Mr.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Ram
sir.
Pandian?
Yes,
So
sir.
it will be covering all the substantive aspect of the law, and then under the Charter Act 1833, first of all, we had under the chairmanship of Lord Thomas Babington Macaulay, this law has been initiated in the year 1833. And the British Raj utilized this Indian Penal Code to control the Indians actually in the beginning. I'm talking about in the 1833 in those days. And we have Code of Criminal Procedure. We have CRPC also, which is a partner and a sequel of the same law. And the main structure of this Indian Penal Code is that it will be covering the general explanation about the criminal laws and then punishments, the general exceptions, and then it will be covering the provisions related to abetment, criminal conspiracy, offenses against the state, and then it will be covering the offenses against the army, navy, air force, and then it will be covering the offenses against the public tranquility and offenses relating to the public servants. As I told you, right, public servants, and then offenses related to elections, offenses and then contempts of lawful authority of public servants, and then false evidences, offenses of government stamp, and then public justice, and offenses relating to weight and measures, and offenses relating to public health, public safety, public convenience, decency and morals. And it will be covering the offenses relating to religion, and offenses like murder, culpable homicide, miscarriage, injuries to the unborn children, and the exposure of infant, and then concealment of birth, and offenses of hurt, offenses of wrongful restraint, and offenses of criminal force, criminal assault, sexual harassment, kidnapping, abduction, slavery, forced labor, and offenses relating to rape, offenses relating to sodomy, and a lot of offenses. I can go on telling because I am strong in the criminal laws and all the various other laws. So Indian Penal Code is very much what to say. I am confined and I am very much strong in that area. Defamation, cruelty by husband, domestic violence, offenses relating to marriage, contract of service, and then lot of offenses relating to property, currency notes, bank notes, and then offenses relating to trespass, fraudulent deed, disposition of property, stolen property, cheating, fraud, misappropriation, forgery, attempt to commit offense, and then insult, annoyance, criminal intimidation, and then now we are talking about the 124A of the Indian Penal Code, the criminal conspiracy. So I have almost covered the Indian Penal Code through this long interaction. So the criminal penal code, the Indian Penal Code is a criminal penal code. So this area, these are the main areas it is covering. So it is a criminal code of the Indian legal jurisprudence. Yes. Next question. I have requested to cover the Indian Penal Code also. So I'm very happy that you have requested me to cover it with your question. So thank you so much for that. And next question, any questions in the chat box can be read. I think a question has been posted in the chat box. Kindly read the question. Yeah, it has been posted to me, direct message by Mr. Umesh. So is the Indian judiciary functioning independently? Okay. This question have to be answered. So Indian judiciary, it has to function independently, and we have independence of judiciary in India, because judiciary should not have any kind of a political interference. The lawmaker should not have any interference with the judiciary, the judge's appointment, or in the functioning of the court, or the allocation of cases in the roster system, or etc., both in the High Court and the Supreme Court. But this question, I'm not interested to answer in this public forum. But I will say that the independence of judiciary is very, very important. Very, very important. So I'm not interested to answer this question. Yes, any other questions?
So this is Shamini.
Yes, Shamini. Yes, Shamini. Yes, tell me.
A common man, an individual, those who doesn't have much knowledge about the legal education, what are the basic laws he or she should be known?
Okay, I got it. I got it. So now I will tell you. Now I will tell you this. For this question, for independence of judiciary question, I'm not interested to answer. But for this question, I want to quote words of Honorable Justice B.R. Krishnan Iyer. I wish to quote this words of him in this session. If you permit, I can quote his words. I always see that words are existing true even now in reality. Justice quoted this before a decade or before many years, but that words are true even now. So two quotes I want to quote from Honorable Justice Krishnan Iyer's word. Always Justice Krishnan Iyer used to say, law is not a trade, not brief, not case brief, not merchandise. And so the heaven of commercial competition, should not vulgarize the legal profession. So justice says that law is not a trade, it is not a business, it is not a case brief, it is not a merchandise, it is not a business, it is not a heaven of a commercial competition. The commercial competition, a market competition. And if this is considered, if all these things are considered in the legal profession, then that will be vulgarizing, that will be ruining the legal profession. This is one of the quote of Honorable Justice B.R. Krishnan Iyer, and he is my inspiration and mentor. So next quote, what I wish to state is here is that Justice Krishnan Iyer, looking at the Indian legal profession, Indian judiciary, the scenario prevailed in his days. And if I read this quote, you can also see whether that scenario is prevailing now also. You can judge. I will not comment on that because I wish to take the session in a very constructive manner. Honorable Justice B.R. Krishnan Iyer states that our legal system, including the police, is anti-Dalit and they are anti-poor. It is not my words, it is Justice B.R. Krishnan Iyer's words. The death penalty laws, wrathful majesty in bloodshed equality, deals the fatal blow on the poor, but not the rich. The pariah, not the Brahmin. The black, not the white. The underdog, not the top dog. The dissenter, not the conformist. The law balks at all, but the law bites only the poor. This was the words of Honorable Justice V.R. Krishnan Iyer, commenting on the Indian judiciary in his times. I don't know whether that quote is applicable now or not. That is up to you to decide. But I am telling these quotes, the words of him. Now you asked a question about the common man. Can you repeat that question, Shamini? Because I'm facing network issues. I'm unable to listen to you clearly. Can you speak loud and repeat it?
Yeah. What are the basic laws a common man should know who's really not educated about the law education, but still a common man should know these kinds of law? Which are they? which is kind of a shield for them to survive in this society? What are the very common laws, sir?
Main common laws a citizen should know is that, first of all, a citizen must know what is Constitution of India. In India, many people, they don't know the constitutional values. That is very important. You need not want to know all the laws, IPC, CRPC, Civil Code of Procedure, or you need not want to know the cyber law, because citizens cannot be a master of all laws. But basic constitutional rights, constitutional fundamental rights, constitutional remedies, for example, writs, public interest litigation, and the judicial activism, and then the judicial review, and then the due process of law, then what to say, these are the basic the constitutional remedies, and then the fundamental duties of a citizens, and then the preamble, and then what are the rights enshrined in education, and then the state-center relationship, and then the schedules of the Constitution of India. The basic constitutional values first people of India must realize. That's the reason I always, wherever I go, wherever the forum I'm talking, I always say the citizen must know the constitutional values first of all, the constitutional principles first of all. What is our constitution? What is the nature of our constitution? India is a secular nation. India is a democratic nation. India is a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. India do not belong to any particular caste. India do not belong to any particular religion. India is a secular state. India is a welfare state. First, the citizen must know this. That's the reason, because many citizens, they don't know this. That's the problem. They are confining themselves into any kind of extremism and nonsense. That's the reason I'm telling you. Indians must constitutional values. And Indians must also know about the basic, legal awareness. If a person is a laborer, a bonded laborer, he must know the rights of labor law. What the labor law is enshrining to him. The hours of work. He is eligible to get the bonus. He is eligible to get a pension. He is eligible to get a retirement benefit. He is eligible to get a provident fund, and etc. So like that, the basic laws must be awareness must be created. So what I'm telling is that more awareness must be created to the poor, underprivileged, weaker sections, oppressed, suppressed, downtrodden, tribal people, and more awareness must be created to the laborers, the bonded laborers. More awareness must be created to the transgenders, gay, lesbian, all these communities, because they all are marginalized. They don't have any kind of confidence or hope towards their life. So they must be given more awareness. So that's the reason I'm telling you, need not want to be a master of all laws. Just basic laws, if you know, that is more than enough. Citizens must know right to education is their fundamental right. Right to information is their fundamental right. But how many citizens are getting education in India? How many are blessed in India to get education? I have seen many orphanages and many poor children on the roadsides without education. Whose responsibility is to give them education? The government of India should give them education. The government of the state should give them education. The leaders has the responsibility. But whether that is happening in India, I'm asking you. Right to education is the rights of the citizen of India. Every Indian citizen deserves education, deserves employment, deserves economic freedom, deserves the decent living standard, life of dignity. Whether everybody is getting that in India, I am getting education. Whether all the opportunities what I got, whether all the Indians are getting that is not happening. That's the reason I'm telling. The citizen of India must know the right to education is their fundamental right, and the right to education is their right. They have to get it. Without knowing the right, how the person will fight for his rights? That's the reason I'm telling. The legal awareness must be there. Because I have seen many poor students in the roadside begging for the one-time bonnet, selling some kind of notebooks and then coloring books, and then getting 10 penny and then 1 penny, and then suffering, and then exploited by many anti national forces, and then criminals, and then taken into some kind of misguided path, and then their life is ruined. They are suffering in poverty. What can end poverty? Education perseverance, hard work, untiring efforts can only end poverty. So whether the government of India, whether the sorry to say this is only happening in India. I'm completely upset with this. I'm not accepting this. I can't accept because I'm educated. How I can accept all these kind of exploitation in the society? The government must give education to all the students, all the citizens of this nation. So that's the reason I'm telling constitutional values and constitutional principles must be made awareness to the common man and the citizen of India. That is very, very important. Then we will think about the other laws, other perspectives. When you make a person to realize he's right, when you make a person to realize his constitutional values and the principles, the constitutional rights, the duties and responsibilities, he himself will fight and get all the other rights. So no need to worry about it. That's it. Next question.
Sir? Hello?
Yes. Ask your question. Yes.
Whether we are ruled by our exceptions.
I'm unable to get your question.
We are ruled by our exceptions of the Constitution.
We are ruled by our exception of the Constitution. Okay. This is not a question. This is opinion. So any questions, participants? Any questions from the participants? Anything else related to the social issues or related to the legal education? Because almost I've covered everything about the legal education. I have not left anything. Any questions? Ajay, any questions? Rebecca, any questions? Please check the chat box. Any questions are there?
Yeah, I'm checking it back.
I hope I have covered everything.
Yes, sir. You have covered everything, and we would like to have another section some other day so that many could raise so many questions, because since the time has been lagged so far and many are leaving the session right now.
Yeah, understood. With the limited time, I have covered the maximum for my level based.
Yeah,
Thank you
very
so much.
much. You have covered a lot, actually. Sharman Raj.
Yes. Thank you, sir, for sparing your time and who, despite your busy schedule, and you made this session a resounding success. And I hope everyone who attends this program will get benefited right now or might be in future. And you conveyed a lot of information about this topic. And thank you, sir. Now I call upon Rotaract Shamini Rebecca to deliver the word of thanks.
Thank you, Sharman Raj. I would like to express my gratitude to the delegate, Mr. Abhishek, for such an session, for his presence and contribution to make the session a great success. I extend my gratitude to the president and secretary of the club. And again, a great gratitude to Mr. Abhishek to take out time from his busy schedule. That too is not in Chennai at present, he's at New Delhi. Apart from those technical issues, he tried his level best to educate us a lot about the legal education, where we were null about it. We were not having so much knowledge about that. We were supposed to ask all these questions, but before our question could raise, you have covered everything. So that is the reason we couldn't go apart from that. When we come to know more about law education, I think our questions will be more complicated to ask you. Right now, you have covered what we should know. So that was really a great session, Mr. Abhishek. You have educated well in the basics of law. I think by this, many will be inspired to get into the law and get educated in it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ajay and Mahita, and thank you, club members and club members of other Rotaract club. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the great opportunity and best wishes for all your future endeavors. And any queries, any doubts, or any help or support, you can connect me anytime. And we will be extending. I'll be extending my help, and from my foundation also, we will be extending the support and help. Thank you so much.
That was so nice. Thank you so much. Ajay. Sharman Raj, you can wind up the session.
Okay, Ka.